Well, should we do this? There are a lot of rugs behind me. Let me get set up. Again, I just want to remind everybody, Patreon members are seeing this video first. I'm going to number as I go. It's going to be a slow, laborious process. But let's look at the rugs, see what's great about the rugs, talk about them together, and I'll record as I go so that we know that we can come back and, oh, that looks great. Come back and revisit. If you say, I want numbers 2, 3, 8, 10, whatever, I'll have it all recorded. So I'm going to do that right here. I'm just going to say, this is the first of many videos. I'm going through the studio because it's crazy and it's making my brain like hurt. I don't even want to come to the studio anymore because it's out of control how much stuff there is. My idea of keeping everything in the world ever is kind of backfiring because I'm not able to move right anymore. And it just feels, I feel that icky feeling like I've been hoarding and there's something wrong with me. So these are all gorgeous rugs. There's nothing wrong with any of them. And I'll tell you as much as I know about each one of them as we go. So let's get started. Many of these rugs you've seen, okay, in the past on different shows and when I've gotten them, and keep my eye on the time here. So let's start here. Now, this is on monk's cloth. This is a, I think this is a ruggery, right? So that would be a George Wells. So it looks like this. Let me see if you can see it. Yep. I'm talking from behind it. I hope you can still hear me. So because I have so many, I don't want this video to be completely absurd. This one is 50. Now, let me get my, it's big. Let me get my yardstick so that we know at least what size it is. Some of them say what size they are, but the ones from the ruggery do not. I just want to remind you, with a piece of monk's cloth that is this big, this is a lot of monk's cloth in and of itself. So this piece measures, wow, that's 36. Hang on. 36 plus 36, 46, 56, 57. This is what the cloth is. 57 by 32. So, and you can see the picture is drawn just within, you see the pencil sketch there? These were hand drawn. So this is going to be a ruggery rug. This will be number 1. This is $50. If you have questions as we go along, because I have so many, I don't know if we're going to get to them all in this video. I wrote A. Let's go with numbers instead. We'll do number 1. If you have questions and you're thinking, oh, can you show me that again? Or can you show me a close-up? Just write in the thread. Everything to do with these vintage patterns, please write in this thread on YouTube, so that we know what we're talking about. We know we're talking about the same thing. Let's go for a smaller one here. No, that's one of mine, so that's a no. That's one of my own designs. So this is $10. This is a Joan Moshimer holiday reindeer. So this is 10, cute little guy. He is, it says Merry Christmas. The original tag is still on it. Cushing, Joan Moshimer. Doesn't say the size, but obviously it's a little teeny one. This one is on, it looks like linen, maybe it's like Scottish, that kind of thing. It's very rough linen. This is 8 by 8. And this is number 2. That is Holiday Reindeer. That's a Joan Moshimer. Put number 2 on here. Moving on to, let's do the small ones first. Number 3. This looks like a Pearl McGowan. It is. I love these. This is the Zodiac. Have you seen her Zodiac patterns? I have a bunch of them in this pile, not all. This is $10. This is Scorpio. So this is a Pearl McGowan. This is on burlap. This is Scorpio. For the Scorpio in your life, I think these were meant to be pillows. Some of the Pearl McGowans I have are quite rare. Some of them you see all the time. The ones I seem to have kept since the beginning of my rug cooking career, which hasn't been super long, are not florals. I don't keep a ton of the florals. I've kept the ones that are quite different, and they are the more rare ones, but I just have to let them go. This is another Joan Moshimer. This is $5. This is, what was that, number 3? So this is number 4. I'm not sure what this one is. It doesn't have a name. It says Joan Moshimer Craftsman. Oh, it does. Cape Shore Pineapple. And it looks like this. And it does have a little nick right here, but that's not going to interfere with you doing the centerpiece. It looks like it was supposed to be this kind of orientation with a little pineapple on it. So that's a Joan Moshimer. That is number 4, and that is $5. The ones on burlap, if you're thinking, do I really want to do something on burlap, particularly the bigger ones, just remember that I have that video on how to transfer. I'm sure there's other videos too on YouTube about how to transfer something from an original burlap pattern to a different backing fabric if you like. So this is number 6. This is another Zodiac from Pearl McGowan. This is Libra, and this is $5. So that is Libra. That was supposed to be 10 because the other one was 10, but we'll leave it at 5 because I made a mistake. So that is okay. This is number, I'm getting confused about my numbers now. This is number, if that was number 6, I skipped to number 5. So let's make this number 5. This is another Pearl McGowan. It's partially done. It's a beautiful fan. And you see how, and it's called Lotus Fan. The original tag is still on it. You can see there's some pantyhose on there from a teacher who was probably teaching with it and had it on a larger frame. Really beautiful green in there. You could pull it out. It's like angel hair pasta, right? It's like a number 3 tops. It's a tiny, tiny cut. But maybe you have some noodles this size and you'd like to finish it, or maybe you want to pull them out and just make it yourself. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous piece. It is $5 and it is number 5. We already did 6, so the next one is number 7. Let me write 7 on the tag before I start running my mouth. This is another Pearl McGowan. This is called Cruel Tiles, number 26. This is $10. It's a series of 1, 2, 3 tiles, right, to use for whatever. It would make a nice long piece, right, if you wanted to just hook the background, you'd use it as a sampler, or you could make them as individual things that you turn into mug rugs or whatever. So this is Cruel Tiles. It is $10 and it is number 7. Here's another one that is partially done. This will be number 8 and it is $5. It's another Pearl McGowan. It looks like I can't see any text on it. It could be faded, but it's like a little fracture type design with a couple of little birds. You see how that's almost, well, somebody got a little head start on it at least. You could obviously pull it out, keep it in, but that's a small little piece for $5. That's number 8. That's just a cute piece to work on. It feels so good to finish someone else's project. That's what I was thinking when I bought all this stuff, right? I wanted to finish everybody else's projects, but unfortunately, it's too much, right? It's too much. So let's see. This is going to be number 9. Let me write it on the tag first. There's no tag. I'm going to write it on. Oh, yeah, there is a tag. This is $35. This is number 9. This is 100% cotton monk's cloth. This is the ruggery again. So this is a George Wells. Really pretty floral. Right? It's got a, what is that, like a butterfly or something? Pretty flowers. Very unusual floral. I think that's what I like about it, is it's not your full blast floral, right? It has an up, it has it down. It's a beautiful scene to go on the wall. Oh, let me see. It has something written at the bottom. It says number 6675 flowers, 26 by 41, and recommended 4-inch clips, border in threads, 3. So those are ruggery style notes. But at least we have a size for it. Again, this is number 9. This is $35 because this is another big pattern. This is monk's cloth, right? So these backing fabrics, when we get away from the burlap, these backing fabrics themselves have value for any rug hooker. We know that buying backing fabric costs, an arm and a leg, doesn't it? For me too, even though I wholesale, it's an arm and a leg. This is going to be number 10. This is a bigger one. This is $70. This is another George Wells. I can't emphasize, we've talked about George Wells on Coffee Time and Cocktail Time. These are historic patterns. The ruggery is closed, permanently closed. These are historic patterns. If you love the story of George Wells, if you love the story of the ruggery, it used to be on Long Island back in the day. It was a great moment in time. These are really important historic rugs, and being on monk's cloth, right? This is something you could finish today. It's a big floral. I'm going to give you the measurement in a minute. It's an oval. It's a big fat oval, all floral. This is something you could finish today, right? All this scattering of flowers, and it's gonna last forever. It's proper monk's cloth. These are all numbered. The oval itself, the piece is bigger, but the oval itself is 45 by 38. So this was number 10, and this is $70. And again, it's this much monk's cloth, right? It's as big as me. So it's a really pretty one. As I look at it, I think, God, do I want to keep that one? But there's more. I have others that I am keeping, and really I should be working on my own projects because I have a business. That is the problem. So that was number 10. Let's do number 11. Let's do this little one for number 11. This is a Jane McGowan Flynn. Oops, wait a minute, that's number 11. This is $5. Another cute little small pattern with grapes, and someone has started it. It's not Waldoboro. It's nice and flat, but pretty grapes that you could either keep or pull out. Original tag is on there. It's called grapes. So again, this is number 11, and this piece is $5. So if you're looking at this video and thinking, oh, I'm just going to get a bunch of the small ones and this is going to be my stuff for the next year, fantastic, right? That makes a lot of sense. Now this is number 12. These are the lowest prices I've ever put on these patterns because I consider this is our history. Right? This is our history. But our history does no good sitting in a box. So this is $15, again on monk's cloth. No information on this one. I'm assuming it's another George Wells ruggery pattern because it came from the same house as all the other ones that I'm showing you. Same batch, right? So this is what it looks like. I might have it the wrong way. I think that's the right way. So again, this is number 12. It's $15, and this is on monk's cloth. Let me get you a measurement because that one does not have a measurement. The finished piece on the inside, not the piece of material, but the finished piece is, I think, 17 by, it's probably a square. Yeah, 17 by 17 and a half. But the monk's cloth is a bit bigger than that. Number 12. Okay, number 13. Keep an eye, make sure my phone is still recording. This is number 13. This is $25. Again, ruggery, 100% cotton monk's cloth. This is going to be something for a child who likes trains or a person who likes trains, right? It's a pretty, very long pattern. And let me measure it for you. Super cute, isn't it? Let me see if this one has any info. No info. Oh, yeah, it does. Wait a minute. It's over here. So this one is Toy Train. Oh, that one actually has a name. This is 16 by 60. Is that possible? Can't be 16 by 60. Wait a minute. Let me just check. That seems like really, really big. 16 by 60. Oh, no, it is. That's pretty right. Maybe more like 59, but yeah, it's a long one. So this is $25, and this is number 13, the Toy Train. You don't have to write the title of it down. Just write what number it is. Try to record. Well, I have how much it is, but just for you to calculate. Of course, I'll bundle your stuff together, pack it, and tell you what the total is. That was number 13. So this is number 14. This is $5, 100% monk's cloth. Same place. This also came from the same woman, so possibly the ruggery. This is on 100% monk's cloth. This is the lined monk's cloth, right? This has just got the lines in it. They've gridded it on the front because I think she was up to something with creating or adding to this design, but this is just a plain little piece of monk's cloth. You might want to do it like this, or you might want to just have the monk's cloth for $5. But it is a pretty, this is a stamped pattern so far. It's a pretty little pattern she's got started. This is number 14, and it is $5. This is number 15. Again, monk's cloth, and what else do we, this is $35. Okay, so this is called, this is one that we had before, oh no, this is a different one. This is Millefleur. So this is another George Wells. This is 22 by 32, 100% cotton monk's cloth. So it's another oval. It's a little bit smaller than the other one we just saw, right? The floral one we just saw that was called like flowers. That is a very similar pattern, but this is a smaller version. So for example, if you have the bigger one for a room, like a bedroom or whatever, and you've got it as the main rug, and then this is the bedside rug, that would be incredible. So this is number 15. This is $35. This is another ruggery pattern. This is a stamped pattern, Millie Fleur. So that was number 15. And this will be number 16. This one's really different too. This is $60. 100% monk's cloth cotton. This is called Porpoises. This is finished pattern 22 by 40. This is a really unusual one. And this is what I mean by, there are some really rare ones in here. It's try to find it, right? If you're thinking, oh, wait till I see it again. It's not that kind of a thing, is it? The ruggery is closed. Porpoises. And there's a lot left over on this side for some other little project that you might have, right? But I don't know why it's cut like that, but it does have a lot of leftover. So this is Porpoises. And again, this is $60, 60, and this is number 16. That's a really unusual one with all of those nice colors, ledges. What is that thing on me? All of those nice ledge colors that you could easily do some nice sunset or sunrise thing with. Just want to be sure we got the numbers good. This is going to be 17. Still recording. You're right, 17. It's hard to do things by myself. This is $50. So this is going to be another biggie. Now, this one has been partially planned. Let me see if I can find the name on the bottom. You could replan it. This one is enormous. So this is at the very least a giant piece of monk's cloth. I'm going to have to measure this one because I don't see any text on it. This one is huge. It's a big oval. I'm going to stop talking for a minute so you can see it. The bottom there, right? It's a hard one to hold up. But it's got birds all over it. And the woman who had it started writing which bird she wanted for what thing, but that's the only part of it that's marked. So let me do a very crude, this one is enormous. This is an enormous piece of monk's cloth. Let me have it and let's see if we can get a measurement for the oval. It's gonna be hard to measure because it's enormous. Again, this is number 17 and this is $50. Has to be $50 because this is way more than $50 worth of monk's cloth. So let me first measure it wide. And again, this is rough approximate because this is huge. So it is about 60 wide. Now let's measure it the other way. That's the finished pattern. That's not the piece of monk's cloth. The piece of monk's cloth is way bigger. 60 by, okay, wait a minute, 36 plus 36, 46, 56, 60. Oh, so it's like a circle. Got it. It's about 60 by 60. So this one is enormous. Beautiful birds all over the place. And again, 100% cotton. So with these ruggery patterns, you do not need to transfer them. This monk's cloth is in perfect, absolutely perfect condition, right? Ready to go. Again, this is number 17. It is $50. This is way more than $50 worth of monk's cloth, right? That's at least a couple of yards. All right, moving on. I already forgot what number that was. What is wrong with me? Okay, 17. Let's do this for 18. Still recording. 18, and this is an heirloom pattern number 535. This is called Flower Bells. This is $20. This is on burlap, but this is a beautiful big pattern. Let me see what else I can tell you about it. This is a classic. I was collecting the heirlooms for a while because heirloom was from Providence, Rhode Island, and I'm from Rhode Island. So this is one of these classic patterns, but I have loved it because it's an heirloom pattern. Right, so this is another large rug. Let's see if there's specific measurements on it. Please have measurements. This hasn't been started at all. It's in, new condition on burlap. Oh, here it is, here it is. Let's see. All right, this is Flower Bells 35 by 60. So really, really pretty stamped pattern. So this is $20 and this is number 18. And here's one more close-up. All right, so that's number 18. Let's keep going. My camera only has so much mojo before it shuts down, you know what I mean, the memory. So I'm trying to keep it trucking. So this is number 19. I think some of you have seen this one before. This is a very specific pattern. This is a pearl gown called Zembo, number 594. This is a rare pattern for sure. It is very specific, and you'll see what I mean. This is 29 by 41. This is number 19, and this is $20. So this is a super rare, but again, quite specific pattern. Don't ask me where this comes from, what the reference is to, but it is a beautiful old pattern. And if you are a pearl gown aficionado, you probably know more about this specific design than I do. But in any case, it's very different. This is number 19, and this is $20. Number 19. So this is number 20. Here's a little guy. Oh, this is a cute little guy. This is number 20. This is $5. This is pearl gown. It's called chair seat, just chair seat. I think it has the measurement, but I can't make it out. The cursive is hard with the pearl gowns. The diameter is 13 inches. Looks like this. So it's a little chair seat, $5. This is number 20. You know, it's nice to get some big ones, some small ones, maybe some different makers, particularly if you're in a part of the country where you don't see a lot of these patterns. And if you see more than one thing you like and you bundle, that's a great thing, isn't it? Because I can combine the shipping. This is going to be number 21. This is another pearl gown. This is $15. This is called She Loves Me. Oh, how cute is that? This is 29 by 48. And this is on burlap. Looks like this. How cute is that? Isn't that sweet? That really is a pretty one, isn't it? You could do anything in the center, including put a picture of a person, of your house, of a pet, the year, some text, right? Somebody put a little bit of green. Yeah, somebody did this much green in it. So not a huge effort before the work stopped. But again, this is $15. This is number 21. This is a pearl gown called She Loves Me. She loves me, yeah, yeah. I better not do that, or they're gonna monetize the video. All right, hang on. I dropped my. Did you hear me drop my marker? Oh, here we go. Let me put it on pause. Okay, got it. Moving on to 22. Let's see what we got. This is a Joan Moshimer, number 22. This is called Peace on Earth. I didn't put a price on this yet. Hang on. Okay, I'm going to do, let's do 30 for this, because this is still a very contemporary pattern. So this is a Joan Moshimer, so it's Cushing. Peace on Earth. This is going to be number 22, $30. It is 19.5 inches by 36.5 inches. This is a great holiday pattern on monk's cloth. So that's a nice big pattern, good for any time, not particularly vintage, being a Moshimer, but a really cute pattern. 30, number 22, $30. Number 22, $30, Peace on Earth. Okay, number 22, let's move on to number 23. And it's going to be another biggie. Let's see. This is going to be another ruggery for sure. 23, this is $70. This is on monk's cloth. It's another whopper. Let's see what I can do here. Oh, this is an enormous runner. There's very little on here in terms of design. So let's see. This is called Landing End. Nope, that's not it. Someone was making this obviously for the landing and the stairs. I'm going to have to measure this one too. Okay. I don't think there's any helpful. So somebody started this one. Here we go. And this was started with a punch. So you could leave that or not according to your taste and your colors. You could easily pull it out. This is a lot of monk's cloth. So the pattern is pretty bare, right? It's just rectangular. There's a few dragonflies along the way, butterflies. It, I think, is meant to go right up the stairs and possibly on the landing as well. I'm going to have to do a measurement for this one with the yardstick because this is crazy how big this one is. So let me do that. I'm going to put you on hold for a second because it's going to be difficult. Okay, so this one, the material is about 170 inches wide, right? Don't ask me to divide that by yards right now, but it's about 170 inches wide. massive piece of material, and it is top sideways, right? Because it's a skinny runner. The small side is about 32.5 inches, the material. So this is a whopper of a piece, and that's why I have 70 on it, because the monk's cloth alone, again, is worth more than 70. So this is number 23, $70. This is that giant butterfly, dragonfly, whatever runner, right? And of course, with something like this, you could add a lot of your own stuff to it. It's just a giant, already, if you're looking for a runner, right, and particularly if you want to add some stuff or just do hit or miss, pull out the yarn that's there, do your own stuff, you've already got a cut piece. This is a giant piece. So yeah, that could suit someone's needs perfectly, depending on what your next project is. So that was $23, $70. Let's do 24. This is another really pretty one. Hold on a second. This is an important one. Let me write down 24 before I forget. We still be running 24. This is $40. This is a pattern we've talked about a lot. This is a Pearl gown. It's called Persian miniature. Right? We've talked about this a lot on Coffee Time. It's $40. The original price back in the day was $38. So this was a nice one. This is 51 by, I think it says 84. I think it says 84. I'm just looking for confirmation. It's hard to read it on the tag because there's a line through it. Okay, this is Persian miniature, 51 by 64. 51 by 64. It has this in the corner, right? It has a rip in the corner, but it's not going to affect the way that it looks. You're going to recognize this from all the Coffee Times. This is on burlap. Someone has started it a little bit. It is a big Oriental rug. Right, this is one of the classic Pearl gown, big, gorgeous, busy rugs. I'll show you from different sides. It's funny, it's got the red stitching around it like it's a Joan Moshimer, but it says Pearl gown. Does it say Pearl gown, or am I? Yeah, it did, because it said Old Sturbridge Village. So there's a little bit in it here. Right, but it's a very busy pattern, very pretty pattern. You might want to transfer. There's no actual damage to the burlap, though, I have to say. And someone's been, neatly started those little bits and pieces. It's an important one. It's one we talk about a lot. It really is a gorgeous one. Let me find the tag again so we can recap. This is $40, and it's number 24. Let's do some small ones for a minute, because I'm getting, I'm so lazy. My arms are getting tired. Poor me, right? Boo-hoo. All right, so if this was number 24, let's just get these out of the way. Let's do number 25. This is a small one. So 25, this will be $5 too. This is a small, I think this is Pearl gown, outline letters with, so this is a stamped pattern, something very small that someone started. And number 25, right? This is some of those Asian characters. I don't know what this says. Someone started it, obviously, but this is small price tag on this. This is number 25, $5. If you're interested in going forward with this, completing it, maybe it means something to you. For all I know, I'm holding it upside down. Sorry about that. But pretty little piece, pretty little small piece. So that is 25. This is 26. This is a finished piece. And let's do this for 10. This is a finished example of Waldoboro. Right, so if you teach or whatever, and you're thinking, oh, I'd love to have an example of Waldoboro, it's mounted on a card. I'd love to have an example of Waldoboro to bring to my guild or to show people. It is a very high relief piece. It's an odd shape. Don't know the genesis of this, but this is number 26, $10. This is a finished piece. You could take it off and do something else with it. But in terms of studying it, looking at it, bringing it places, it's just lightweight on a piece of cardboard. Number 26, $10. So that means that this is going to be number 27. And this has got to be more. 27. I think this is going to be, let's do this 50. This is a George Wells for sure. I showed this on Coffee Time ages ago. 100% monk's cloth, stamped, and much of it is finished. Now, I cannot calculate shipping until we get that far. It is big. It is heavy. Let me see if I can find a size on it. You've seen this down on my floor a couple years ago when I did an episode of Coffee Time that was about George Wells. It is a beautiful, huge, big, heavy rug. It is on 100% monk's cloth. It is not punched. So far it's hooked. It's a question of filling in all of these flowers. I feel like I'm behind a tapestry like in the Hamlet style, right? It's a beautiful, big, huge, colorful rug. God, that's big. I wish there were more clues. It's stamped too, and that's all hooking that you're seeing. That is, I'm having second thoughts, but I just can't. That's definitely worth $50 any day to any, I would think anyone. It's just gorgeous. So much of it is finished. And again, that is all hooked. God, that's so pretty. That's so pretty. All right. Yep. No, I got to do it. I got to do it. It's crazy. So again, let's just reiterate if I can find the top and bottom. I'm going to try to measure this one too. Hang on. Okay, I found it. It's actually stamped. So this is number, he didn't name his. This is number 2412. It is 4 foot 10 inches by 6 foot 6 inches. So it is big. And it says George Wells actually stamped on it. So for us here, this is $50 and this is number 27. So this is unusual. This is a stamped one that actually is signed George Wells. We know the other ones are from the rug rig. People have recognized them and that's where the woman bought them. But this one is actually a stamped one, right? They're not all stamped. And this one is got a lot done. This weighs quite a bit. I'm not good with stuff like that, but this weighs a lot. So this is going to be quite a bit to ship, I would think. And I'm going to ship it as inexpensively as possible. The ground shipping is not super expensive, so it shouldn't be an absolute killer. Now, if that is number 27, let's now look at 28. I'll come to the small box now. We're on the home stretch for today anyway. So this is number 28. This is $10. This is a promo gown. This is called Colonat. Colonat. No, this is Jane McGowan Flynn. I'm sorry. Colonat. And this is partially done. Something lovely to finish. It looks very sort of very regal looking. Really pretty small piece. Let me tell you how big it is. Again, this is number 28. This is $10. This is 12" by 12". Number 28, 10. That is another pretty little guy. 28. So this is number 29. This is also $10. This is called, oh, this is one of these workshop ones. So this says Jane McGowan Flynn. Okay, this is a Jane McGowan Flynn. This is the 40-year rose. So this was for the teachers, right? This is the rose that they did to celebrate the 40 years of McGowan. And this is $10. This is on burlap. This is, let's see, size-wise, the diameter, well, it's 12 by 12. So you could do it either as a square or as a circle. It's a beautiful rose. It actually says 40-year rose teachers workshop on there. So number 29 and $10. Here comes number 30, $5. This is a small amaryllis. This is on burlap. It doesn't say who it is. I would guess that it's Joan Moshimer. This is $5, number 30 for us. Simple little flower on burlap, ready to go. Right, that's a great beginner pattern. It's just really blank canvas, right? So here comes number 31. These are letters. There was a whole series, alphabet series from Pearl McGowan. This is the letter I. Is that an I? Yep, that's an I. So this is a 10-inch square, the letter I. So this is $5. These are on burlap. All of the letters 5 burlap. So that was number, what did I say? 31, and that's $5. This is number 32, also $5. This is 9 by 13. This is some kind of a portrait by Jane McGowan Flynn. Somebody has started the face. So $5. This is a started pattern on burlap. This is number 32. Something pretty. Maybe it looks like someone you know or just shouts out to you. Number 32. Now here comes number 33. This is a pretty one. 33. This is a Jane McGowan Flynn. This is, oh, I didn't put a price on it, so we'll do $5. Let me add that. This has been started as well. Tiffany style, my little stained glass flower. And this is on burlap. So this is number 33. This is $5. You could just split, bless me. You could just work around it in black and fill in your colors whatever you want. That's an easy peasy one. Jane McGowan Flynn, number 33, $5. Here comes number 34, another $5 one. This is another letter. Oh shoot, what number? 34. This is the letter G. So this is $5. The letter G, if you need it. I can't really do anything for less than $5. It's just not worth talking about or thinking about. So that was the letter G. So far we've had I and G. Here comes number 35. Yep, here comes number 35. And this is another zodiac one. So this is 1035. This is Capricorn. This is a 14-inch square. This is from the Sturbridge Village days. And this is the zodiac Capricorn. Right? These are fairly rare, the Pearl McGowan patterns, the zodiac signs, right? So it's fun to find them, particularly if this is your sign. $10, and this is number 35, Capricorn. Number 36. Oh, this is very pretty. Hold on. Number 36, this is $10. This one has been started. This is, okay. Oh, wow, isn't that pretty? Let me see what the name of this is. Oh, it's a Jane McGowan Flynn, and I'm going to show, let me just show it to you. I don't know what the name is. It's under the binding here. Somebody sewed around to make a cushion. It's well started. It looks a bit Egyptian to me. Very pretty piece. Ready to go for sure. Number 36. This is $10, and somebody already sewed the edging on. So when you're finished, you just turn it under, kind of ease it in, and make it into a circle or whatever, or you could take it off and work it to the edges. So really pretty. Someone's even done that corner too where the hand is. Isn't that pretty? That really is pretty. All right, that's number 36, $10. Here comes number 37. This is $15. 37, this is Jane McGowan Flynn. Oh, this is a pretty one. Let me see if I can figure out what the name is here. Victorian House. Yep. This is a known one for sure. So looks like this, a Jane McGowan Flynn. These are on burlap, of course. Victorian House. This is measurements, please. Let's see. I can't make them out when they're stamped between the cursive and the burlap and the shadows and everything. Let's just measure it. Somebody's color planned this, so you could take it or leave it. This is 24 by 19 and a half. So this is number 37, $15, Victorian House. And you can see someone started working the colors and done some color placement. And if you like it, great. If not, you just override it, right? So that was number 37, $15. Moving on to number 38. And 38, it's another, it's $10. It's another Zodiac 14-inch square Pearl McGowan Aquarius. Do 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 do. I better not sing it. Anytime you do a tune on YouTube, they clamp like the monetizing stuff on you because it's not. I didn't write the song Aquarius, right? But I love it. So yep, this is the Zodiac Aquarius Pearl McGowan, $10. This is number 38. They don't have my sign, which is Pisces. Otherwise, I would definitely keep that. So 38, this is 39 coming at you. This is $10, another one on burlap. Oh, this is pretty. This is a drawn one. I don't know if this is someone's specific pattern, but it's a very pretty kind of fractory, geometric, right? It's on a big piece of burlap. I'll tell you how wide it is, but it's a very pretty design. It's got a lot of material on the sides too. So let me measure the whole piece. Okay, so the whole piece is going to be the wide way across 36, 46, 47, 48 by 27. And the heart itself is 27 by 21. right? So the heart itself is 27 by 21. So this is $10, number 39. Very pretty thing to fill in. Nobody's worked it yet. Somebody looks like they were starting to make some changes, or they started working it or whatever, but changed their mind. No damage at all to the material. Absolutely pristine. So number 39. Moving on to number 40. Who's this little guy? Number 40. Let's see. Oh, this is another letter. So this is $5. Number 40. This is the letter R. Pearl McGowan burlap, $5. Number 40, the letter R. Number 41, Pearl McGowan, $5, the letter P, burlap. Number 41, $5, the letter P. Number 42, $10. 42. This is called Teacher's Sampler. Isn't that pretty? This is a Pearl McGowan on burlap teacher sampler, showing different. Isn't that fun? I love these kinds of behind the scenes ones, right? So that's on burlap. That is obviously stamped. This was for teachers to teach. $10. Number 42. Number 43. $5. Another letter. This is the letter. Gosh, what letter is that? I can't tell either. Gosh, what letter is that? Holy mackerel. I can't even tell. Let's see if I hold it up. Can you read that? I can't read that. And I can't make out the letter. Maybe you can make out the letter. This is very grand. It's such a flourish of a letter that I can't make out the letter. But $5, number 23. If you can read it and you say, that's me, $5, number 20. I'm sorry, $5, number 43. 43. I'm sorry. Number 43. Number 44 coming at you. 44. $5. This is, these are 9-inch squares. This is the letter O. Okay, so number 44, $5, the letter O, Pearl McGowan on burlap. I already forgot. So that was 44. This is 45, Pearl McGowan on burlap, $5. This is called Springtime. Super pretty and simple. Now that would make a cute little mug rug, wouldn't it? The edges are already kind of sewn down. So yeah, the edges are all secure. That is pretty for $5. Come on, how cute is that? You could even do a little bit of text here. Spring has sprung, or some little thing, right? Your initials. $5, number 45. Number 46, $5. This is the letter L, Pearl McGowan, alphabet on burlap, the letter L. 46. 47. $5, 47, Pearl McGowan. This is a little round one. Let me see what the size is. Hang on. Drop my yardstick. Oh, mama. This is diameter. This is a small one. Diameter about, this is 9-inch, just over 9 inches. Circle, $5, number 47. Pretty little rose that someone started. That really is pretty, isn't it? That's a nice little thing to finish, isn't it? And frame it. You could put it in a standard frame. Don't have to keep it a circle, right? You could just put it in a nice frame or make it into an ornament. Number 47, $5. Number 48, Jane McGowan Flynn, Cruel Leisure. Cruel as in stitching, Cruel Leisure. This is $10, and somebody started it. Let me make sure I'm holding it straight up. Yep, I think that's it. Cruel Leisure, Jane McGowan, $10, number, what did I say? 48, number 48. And you can see someone started it here. And someone was color planning it. Those aren't holes. Isn't that pretty? Got the strings right there to remind whoever the maker was where they were going next with color placement. So that is a Jane McGowan Flynn, $10, number 48. Number 49 coming at you. We're getting to the end. Oh, this is the last one. Whew, my back hurts. Number 49. This is another big one on monk's cloth. Let's see. This is $50. This is, the original tag is still right here. Beverly Conway Designs. It originally was $50, still $50. Leaves and Fruit, number 534. This is 36 by 48, 100% cotton monk's cloth. Right, isn't that pretty? Hope you can see that okay. Let me bring it in a little bit. And again, if you want pictures of any of the ones you're interested in, it's hard for me to tell if I'm holding things up well, being in here by myself like this, but hopefully you can see that. That's a Beverly Conway, tag still on it, and for our purposes, it's $50 and it's number 49. Doesn't it seem like there should be 50? Now that is going to drive me crazy, but there aren't 50. I think that was it for now. I have tons more stuff, but that's what I was ready with. Dang it, that's going to drive me crazy. Well, that is such an odd number. In any case, we had 1 through 49. Hopefully I didn't screw up any of the numbering. If you're interested in any of these, please make a comment on this video. Definitely on this video so that I know exactly what you mean. I'll do your total for what the baseline is, like what the patterns cost, whatever you end up choosing. And then I'll put them together and put them on my scale and measure them, and I'll run the shipping for you. And then I'll be able to tell you what the shipping is. So I was wondering how I dropped my yardstick and it got under a piece of furniture, right? Like Jonathan Creek style, Houdini style. It's because I had 2. What is wrong with me? I need to go home and have a drink. It's Saturday night, isn't it? So if you like any of these, make a comment in this video. Otherwise, I'm going through a lot more stuff. I'm going through my books and all that stuff too. I have doubles. So much stuff. What is wrong with me? Hopefully you saw something you liked. I would love to get rid of these patterns. I would love that. This is a very quiet time of year for business, so being able to sell some stuff that I'm already sitting on would be wonderful for me on our eve of our vacation. That's another angle, of course, but I hope you like some of what you saw. These are beautiful vintage patterns. This is our history. This hooking is our history. These are all Pearl McGowan, Jane McGowan. We had one Bev Conway. We had a bunch of George Wells from the Ruggery. You know, I have another, I'm missing some. Hang on. Okay, so as it turns out, my instincts were right. Oh, let's see how much more we have in us. So we are at number 51. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to dump these here, and then I'm going to repile them into an upside down cake right here. Back into, some of them fell. That thing. All right. Let's see how this holy mackerel goes. Okay, it's not as many as I thought. It's a bunch of ones that are damaged and stuff like that. And it's a shame because, you know, some of these are really pretty. This is a Pearl McGowan for sure. This is just damaged. And I know you could probably still use it. It's got molds and kitchen stuff in there to be separated anyway. But if you clock this with your eyes and think, well, I'm getting some other stuff, have her just throw this in. This one, I mean, it's all the kitchen motifs, right? We've seen that Pearl McGowan pattern before, but I can't charge you for that. So that's there, and so is this one. This has a hole in it, but if you're going to trace it, it could be usable. Again, the cat, right? That's a Jane McGowan Flynn 15-inch round cat. So you see the hole right there. So you know, if you're getting other stuff and you're thinking, just give me those 2, I can trace them or whatever. There's a little tiny clamshell motif. These are ones that, I mean, I wouldn't sell because they're just not worth, I wouldn't even sell them for 5, right? One little rose, right? So those are weird ones that are just in the mix. But this is going to be number 50. This is one that is well on its way. Let me see if I can figure out whose pattern this is. This is called Simplify. So this is a Pearl McGowan. This is 24 1/4 by 42 3/4. Man, is that specific. Somebody's done a lot of work on this. So the corner, let's look at the center first. And they've started a tan border. Now, if you're thinking, I'm never going to match that tan, good. You do it like Mizzy Mazzy, hit or miss, right? I have a hit or miss class coming up. You do it that way. The flowers are done with the exception of the one in the center. And that's kind of nice because if you go for a different color to the edges or in the squares, you might want to repeat it in that one little flower, right? Because the rest of it's done. So it really is a gorgeous pattern. It already has the twill, like a rusty brown twill taped around it. So when you're done, you're just folding it under and sewing it, right? So that part is really nice. It's a lovely piece. So this is $25. I mean, it's well on its way. You're just finishing the edges with black and green if you want to keep going with that color rather than take it out. This is on burlap. This is a pearl gown. This is number 50, and this is $25. Ready for you to customize and finish that one last rose. Look how pretty the colors are that she put in there. That really is so pretty, isn't it? So that is, that's our number 50, $25. This is another one I really love, but I don't need another one. Okay, so this is another pearl gown. This will be number 51. This is House of Tile, and this is 25 by 37 and a quarter. This is a great hit or miss pattern also. Did I put a price on that? That's number 51. Oh, it's hard to put a price on this because I love it so much. This is a tile piece on burlap, no damage to the burlap at all. And look at what this person has done so far. I mean, how amazing is that? Right? But it is a hit or miss pattern. You could go in different directions. We'll do this for 25 as well. I really love that. I hate to part with everything, but I do. I have plenty. Isn't that nice? That is so pretty, isn't it? All right, so that is a pearl gown, House of Tile. That is number 51, and that is $25. And that is also well on its way. You can see someone started over on this edge here doing a little dot, but this is where they centralize their energy so far. And it's like mixed wool to boot. See what I mean? How cool is that? God, that's so pretty. Okay, so that's number 51. And I put it over in that pile. 52. This is a Joan Moshimer. This will be 5. 52. This is a strawberry brick stop. So this is going to be 5. And, you know, I'm not sure it's a Moshimer. I'm not sure. It's a strawberry brick stop. It's quite faint. Strawberry. Yep, it says Joan Moshimer. It's very faint. Right, you can probably see it better on camera, but it's to make one of those brick things. So that's $5. That's number 52. Now, let's see. Speaking of strawberries, this is actually on, no, that's on burlap too, I think. This will be number 53. This is also 5. This is just a strawberry. I love me a good strawberry. I feel like this might be on primitive linen. I think this is primitive linen. I don't think this is burlap at all. This is finished around the edges too, but just a strawberry right there in the middle of a wilderness. So this is $5, number 53. Little old strawberry here, and the piece of cloth is 18 square. So you want a little bit of a border there, but it gives you a nice big piece. This is definitely linen, right? I'm sure this is linen. That's not burlap. So that's a good old strawberry. That was number 50. What did I say? 52. Did I say 52? Yep, 50. That was number 53. So here comes number 54. Now this is an oddball. Let me mark number 54 on it. The edges have been turned under. This is number 54. This will be 10. This is on 100% cotton rug warp. This is not rug hooking. This is using one of those tiny tufters that almost looks like a leather awl, a little machine that tufts. You could pull out if you wanted to. It's punched on this side with this kind of a pile. So if you're thinking, I mean, it's just like an oriental carpet, right? Super, super high plush pile. You could leave it in, you could pull it out, you could finish it off to be a pillow, or you could take it out, because this is 100% rug warp. It's super heavyweight. You could finish it to be this, right? So this is a pattern on rug warp. I don't think the designer is on here. This is a stamped pattern. It's meant to be a different craft, but super versatile. You could pull out all of its clipped pile, all of the tufting. I'll show you the front again, but the pattern looks like this. So it is lovely. It really is lovely. It is, let's see, 36, 37, 38, 39, 44. It's about 42 finished by 29. So it's a good size. It's pretty blue stamping on 100% rug warp. Very heavyweight. And I'll just show you this again for interest's sake, or if you're thinking, oh, I do know what that is and I can do that, or I want to pull it out because I like the pattern. So this is number, and the edges have been turned under, right? And they've been finished like this, right? So you could go right to the edges or not. I think someone had the idea of whipping like that. Ooh, is that a clue? Nope, that's stitching. Right, so you could do the same thing. I already forgot what I said. So this is number 54, $10. You could take it out, just use this nice piece of rug warp, right? That's a very substantial, big piece of rug warp. So that was number 54 and 55. I don't know where I got this. I love peachy. I love fluffy and peachy bean, but I just don't have the time to do someone else's pattern right now. This is on Monk's Cloth. It says the Monk's Cloth version was 18. It's just the pattern, so we'll do 15. It's this pattern here on Monk's Cloth, still in the packaging. Looks like that. We'll do 15, and this will be number 55. And it's 15, and it is 14 by 14, right? It's this pattern here. So again, still in the packaging. I'm not even taking it out. That is number 55, and that is number, and that is $15. So let's stop at 55. Whew, I'm tired. 55. So those are the 55 things that are for sale right now. Again, put your sold comments or questions into the thread. I'll only be looking at the thread. I can't be doing stuff with Facebook messages and Gmail and stuff, because then I won't understand what the chronology was and who's really first, and it's just not fair. It's too hard to follow. So put your comments into this thread. This video will go public. It'll start as a Patreon post for Patreon members, a special benefit, getting the head start, right, for Patreon members who support. Thank you very much. Eternally, thank you so much. But on Monday morning at noon Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to switch it to public. So it'll be right before I go live. Oh, no, I go live. Yeah, I go live at noon. Right before I go live that minute, I'm going to switch it to public so that everybody gets a whack at it. So make your decisions tonight and tomorrow, and send me emails if you want. And yeah, I hope you saw some stuff you like. These are all there's such beautiful, worthy, historic patterns. It's so much a part of our past. You know, I want to hold everything, but holding stuff in buckets doesn't really benefit everybody. It's just sitting around in Tupperware, isn't it? So maybe you saw something today that you would like to finish someone else's, or you would like to start a pattern, something you've maybe never seen before. What a lot of fun. I hope that you did. And I will see you soon at Ribbon Candy Hooking.